Tim Albright with AVNation at CEDIA Expo 2021 with Mike Sumner from L-Acoustics. Thank you so much for having us, sir.
Excellent. Nice to meet you, Tim. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. AVNation, we know and we've known L-Acoustics for a long time in the commercial space and specifically in the pro audio, the live sound space. Some of the biggest concerts in the world right
Absolutely.
now have L-Acoustics. A couple years ago, though, you guys started looking at the residential space, kind of the higher end residential space, and said, here's something that we can bring to that market, kind of the commercial version, the higher end commercial version for residential. So let's talk about what you guys are showing here at CEDIA this year. First, let's talk about Fiji, and specifically Fiji 2.1.
Excellent.
What is it and what's new?
Yeah, thanks, Tim. So we have a Fiji 2.1 system on display over here at our booth 3501 at the CEDIA 2021 Expo. And it's our extra small package, but with extra large sound. You have a 2.1 system that has a left and a right speaker using a high frequency and low frequency driver built in, so a coaxial driver.
Yep. And
you also have the debut of our compact subwoofer, the SB10i. Normally, the Fiji system would have a left and a right X4i sound speaker with the CEVA sub here, but we actually wanted to go ahead and show off our compact speaker. And it sounds really amazing. There's a 10-inch driver in it, goes down to about 27 hertz, and it can output up to 2,000 watts.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty awesome.
All right, well, you mentioned CEVA. Let's talk about CEVA for a second.
Yeah.
Where does this belong in the grand scheme of your product line?
Wonderful. So all of our products are actually weather rated, so this can actually be indoor, outdoor, yep. So can the Fiji system. They're IP55 rated. You can actually take this system, which is a high frequency top and a low frequency bottom, and you can either have them connected or they actually magnetically decouple, so you can take this off of here. And if you wanted to install it in a wall in an architectural kind of scenario, you can do that as well. There's one single cable that actually runs to the bottom, and that will power the high and low frequencies from wherever your amplification is coming from. Usually our electronics power that amplification.
So if you do decouple it though, then obviously you're running two different lines, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Finally, let's talk about the Island. It's a unique solution.
Island's awesome.
Very cool.
Yes.
I'll give you my address later, which is not the first time you've heard that joke this week.
No, not the first time.
Nor the last.
Nope.
So we're going to get here. We'll have Nuke get some close up here. But it's an all-encompassing listening lounge, I think is what you called it.
Sure. Island is a one-of-a-kind product, and it's absolutely amazing. It's an actual sound space, and what we have here is actually 13 coaxial speakers that wrap around you during the front, and towards the rear, we actually have 5 speakers that are also behind you. And then we have one single 18 and another single 18 that flank you on each side. Those 18s go down to about 15 hertz. Hidden behind the console is actually the power, which will give you about 24,000 watts of power from 5 different amplifiers. It's really impressive and something definitely to hear and see.
When you're a dealer looking at possibly using this as a solution, kind of walk me through that process. Hey, you know what, we've got a client that they're an audiophile, they love their great audio, they've got a unique space, or they've got a space that I think this will work in. What is the process? You know, they call up Mike, they call up somebody at L-Acoustics, and they say, here's a possible opportunity. What are the next steps for that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Whenever something like that happens, usually it's going to be something in a single floor of a very large house with a dedicated room. The footprint that's needed is probably going to be at least 17 by 17, so obviously the room has to be a little bit larger. Yeah. But when that comes through, obviously all of the conversations have to be had. We need to make sure that it's the right area, it's a couple thousand pounds that the product weighs. We do just make sure it's a good fit for the client and also for the deployment from the integration team. So there is a lot of chatter back and forth that goes back. We also need to find out what the client's actually going to be using it for. Will they be using it in a home kind of scenario, or will they be using it in a commercial setting, maybe perhaps like a yoga studio for meditation? If they're using it at home, probably going to have to pair it with a third-party processor, and that's about the only thing third-party that you would need. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy conversations that can come around that, but they're very few and far between. It's a very specific customer for that.
It's
definitely
great.
A customer that wants to show it off.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. All right, Mike, if somebody wants to find out more about the Island or anything else you guys got going on with L-Acoustics or L-Acoustics Creations, How do they do that?
Yeah, I'm actually very active on Instagram, so you can actually go to the L.Acoustics.creations Instagram page. You can also go to our website, which is L-Acoustics-creations.com, and you can go ahead and get more information from us that way.
All right, very good. Mike Sumner from L-Acoustics. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, AVNation.tv. It's AVNation.tv, and you'll find a bunch more videos from the show floor of CEDIA Expo 2021. All that and more at AVNation.tv. It's AVNation.tv.